a debut sci-fi and fantasy author and storyteller whose journey into writing began in unexpected places, to hip-hop, comic books, and screenwriting. At just 14, he started rapping, and from there, using words as his outlet for self-expression. Over time, this passion for storytelling evolved from lyrics to scripts and finally to novels. At his core, he's driven by the mission to tell authentic stories that inspire, challenge, and resonate. So today we say, welcome to Writing Inspiration with Markee Books. Hello, Moses. How are you? How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great today.
Well, I'm happy to have you here. So, Moses, tell me, how did you decide to become a writer? When did it happen? I know this is your debut work. By the way, congratulations of publishing.
Man, I really been writing since I was about 14. Like it started with rapping. I was writing as an MC. I had my little crew. We won some talent shows and we did a lot of things together. Just rapping and the culture of hip hop that really inspired me to really become a writer and really take it seriously, understand the metaphors and storytelling and that kind of stuff. Then when I got into college, then I started doing creative writing. And actually, I did quite a bit of screenwriting before I decided to write a book.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So I wrote about probably 15 screenplays to my credit before I actually decided, hey, I'm really go in and write this book,
Okay. So in a professional set or just like a hobby?
Professional. I had the software, Final Draft 7. I was serious, I was really trying to get in. I even was part of the Organization of Black Screenwriters, OBS. I submitted some work to Tyler Perry back in the days on a show we had called House of Pain. So that I was really serious, so really trying to get in the industry, as a screenwriter.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I do remember the Tyler Perry movies.
Yeah.
I don't remember if there are happening today right now or not.
Yeah, I mean he's more into the drama, but he's doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes now. I know he opened his whole studio in Atlanta, so he's really doing a lot of work. Not so much the movies, but he's doing a lot of television now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, more in a producing role.
Yeah, more producing and behind the scenes. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. So, what do you think inspire you to try this? I mean, I understand that you mentioned that everything happened with the rap, but was there any specific moment that brought that spark?
I've always been a fan of comic books, and I've always been a fan of Marvel and DC Universe, and I've always wanted to contribute to that somehow, but that's why I have the brand called Clark Vision, because it's a vision not just for me, but it's a vision for all people who want to have diversity in creative writing and sci-fi and fantasy. So I mean, for whether if you're Black, Latino, Filipino, Asian, all of us, we have a story to tell. So that's why I created the Clark Vision to really, expand on what these characters would be like from a Black perspective.
Okay. So tell me, what is right now your day job?
My day job? Oh, well, I got quite a bit of jobs, but, I'm a merchandiser for Coke. I do that. And I'm also an electrician, so I do side work. And I've been doing electrician for a lot of years.
Wow. So. I guess it was difficult to find the time to finish the book.
Yeah, I mean, especially in the pandemic, when I really started writing it, I really had to push and, because around that time, it was a scary time for everyone, and we didn't know what was going to happen, So I wrote the book before it all happened, and a lot of things were coming to pass what was in the book, and it kind of scared me a little bit. I was like, whoa, why should I do this, But I just pushed through it and I stuck with it, and here we are.
Wow. Yeah. Many of my guests started too on the pandemic. So yeah, I understand. So how long did it take you to finish it? You mentioned you started on the pandemic. So basically you have 3 to 4 years writing this?
I finished it about 2022, around there. But the issue was like trying to get the right book cover. I went through two artists before I found you. So I went through a lot of artists, and that takes 4 months. One girl took 4 months, and then another girl took another 4 months. So almost a year waiting for the book cover.
That's so
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah, yeah. So really that, and then I had to do some editing, and I just wasn't happy with the book cover. I was searching, trying to find the right cover. And when you popped up and you showed me the free sample, I was blown away. I showed my wife, and she was like, "Get it, get them right now, get them." And I was like, "Okay, okay, okay."
Yeah, because you only need like a week.
Yeah, I mean, you did this in a week, man, and it was so impeccable. It was so impressive that I wanted to show the people, the artwork on here, just the master of the book cover, and it's really hard to find the perfect cover.
Yeah, it is. By the way, thank you for your support, but I am still very surprised by those two artists you worked with. 4 months,
Yeah,
dear Lord.
yeah, 4 months, and then one of them was booked up, and I had to wait. I think I hired one through Readsy.com. I don't know if you're familiar.
Oh yeah, Eddie, I am.
It took about 3 months, and then it took a month for her to do it. And I don't know. I was just I liked it, but then it was something like it's missing. It's missing so much of the story I want to tell. So when you showed me that, it's like you went to my website, I'm sure, and you've seen the characters. So you've seen like the vision of what I was trying to tell, and it just connected with me. It was meant to be.
Well, yeah, on the website it was pretty clear, but remember that we have to do many retrials too, because we didn't make exactly the characters as you wanted.
Right.
Well, so going back a little bit, did you ever thought this kind of thing will happen to you now that your book is out?
I never thought it. I mean, I remember when I was doing screenwriting, and the first script I wrote was 300 pages, 300 pages. And normally a script is 98 to 105, right? So the teacher, his name is Hugh Anthony. He was like, "Bro, you wrote your butt off, man. You need to write a book." And I was like, "What? I can't. I'm a screenwriter, He said, "Nah." He said, "Bro, you have the narrative gift to write a book." And this was about 17 years ago. So I took that into consideration, and I played with the idea a lot. I still did the screenwriting thing for a lot of years, but I really took his words to consideration that, I can really do this. I can really write a book, and it's intimidating at first. You think write a book, but I pretty much wrote a book when I wrote those 300 pages, in that screenplay, because I had to cut it all down had to cut all those scenes down to 98 pages so everything can flow. But it taught me something. It taught me to value the audience. So when the reader is reading my book, it's going to feel like you're watching a movie, because the pages are going to flow, and it's going to be like a page turner. It's going to be the continuity between reader and book. It's going to be so fluid, and it's because of my screenwriting that I'm able to draw that description, and make the narrative flow.
That's actually very interesting, especially if you ever were to, have need like a screenwriter for your own book. You actually can do that because most screenwriters will like eviscerate your book just to make chapters.
Right. Yeah, this book is about 222 pages, which is kind of small for a novel. But like I said, I wanted it to flow good, and to where the reader cannot put it down. They just want to finish it. They want to keep going and going, because I have 2 more books to write.
Yeah, actually, a short book it will be like less than 200. So, do you have any advice for new writers starting right now that you're a published author?
I would say purchase your ISBN through Boker.com. Don't take the free Amazon ISBN, please, because the free ISBN is going to make you bound to that platform. So you won't be able to sell your book anywhere else except Amazon. So what I did before I published anything, I bought my ISBNs and I published on my website. I just had my ISBN. I did an ebook, and I sold a lot of copies, just the ebook itself, before I even published. And then when I published on Barnes and Noble first, and I already had people that read the book leaving reviews that already read the book before the same first week it was published. They had already read the book a month ago. So then after that, I used the same ISBN. Then I went to Amazon. But had I went to Amazon first, I would not have been able to go to Barnes and Nobles. I would have been stuck on Amazon because that ISBN is like your social security number, you know?
Well, that's actually very useful advice. You're the first one that ever mentioned something like that.
I mean, nowadays you got to market yourself differently. You got to go a different path than everyone else. You know, it's risky, you know, but you know you have to, and it's expensive. I mean, it costs about 300 to get those. I bought 10 ISBNs, so I have enough ISBNs to write to probably do 2 or 3 books now, in all platforms.
Oh, wow, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. So, and I can put them anywhere. I can go to Ingram.com if I want to, which I'm going to,
Okay.
you know, and Barnes and Noble, I can get it on the shelf if I want to. And of course, Amazon, the big dogs. So, but Amazon doesn't control my future. I could take my book and say, look, I want to take it here and I'll take it there. And I have full control of my publishing. So that's the advice I would give the young writer. You know, it may be easy to take the free ISBN. It's cheap, it's free. But think about if you really want to get your book out there and you really want to turn into a business and have a marketability, you want to own your publishing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other advice did you have in mind?
Man, just write, stay true. You know, don't be afraid to tell your story. You know, and pursue it like a dream. You know, like I know there's a scripture in the Bible that says, where there is no vision, the people perish. So always have a vision in life. Anything you do, whether you're writing a book or working on a car, whatever you do, pursue your vision, pursue your dream.
Okay, okay. By the way, did you edit your own books?
No, I had my book edited through Reedsy, which also took time. So that's why, you know, I had it edited. That took about 3 months. So yeah, it was a process. I mean, to really get it ready, you know.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
So tell me, when you started writing your book, what was the most difficult thing you had to struggle with?
The most difficult thing I had to struggle with was, like I said, we were in a pandemic. We were coming off the Black Lives Matter movement, like around 2015 to 2020. So all that was in my mind, like police brutality, all that was in my mind. So to write that stuff and stuff that I actually experienced, I've actually been, you know, brutalized by police. I had my gun pulled on me, you know, in my front yard with the tuxedo on my hand going to a wedding. You know, cops saying, get down, get the F down, get down. And the neighbors are screaming, it's not him, it's not him. And I'm on the ground in the grass with a tuxedo in my hand. And the cop says, well, he fits the description. And the guy's like, no, 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 it's not him. Leave him alone. And they didn't apologize. They just walked away. And I was covered in grass, you know. That was something that hit me. You know, I've actually been brutalized, you know, by police, you know.
Yeah, I understand. Wow.
So to write that in the book, to have something like that happen to my protagonist, it really, really brought back some trauma. But Nazir overcame. So when you read the book, you're gonna see the beauty of how what happened to him and how he overcame that.
That sounds very nice. So, what is your writing routine? Are you a pre-planner, a plotter, or do you just improvise?
I'm one of those dudes that I go off inspiration. Like if I get an idea, if it's 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning, I'll get up. My wife will be like, "Why are you up?" So I got an idea. I'm the type that if something comes, I'm gonna go right. And I'm not a disciplined guy. I'm not a guy that like, oh, I have to write junk every day. Some days I can go without writing. Like I'll go 2 weeks without writing anything. And then a dope scene will come like, oh shoot, you know, it will come to my mind. I'll just write for 2 days. You know, I'll probably knock out about like 100 pages in 2 days. And then I'll stop, yada yada, and then just relax. And a month will go by. Oh shoot, you know, that's how I write. because I have the time now, you know. If I was with the publisher and they had to push me, I'd get it done fast. And I've been, as a screenwriter, I've been under the clock before where I had to get stuff done, like pushed out quick. So I can do it if I want to, but since it's my time and it's my baby, I could take time with it.
Yeah. So, do you do anything in particular when you're stuck or blocked?
Blocks, I really don't get writer's block. I've never went to write and didn't accomplish my goal. Like whenever I write, I'm going to execute. You know what I mean? Like as a rapper, you don't go into the booth without the lyrics. You know, you don't go into the booth trying to write your song, right? You write the song and get ready, and then you go into the studio and execute, right? That's how I approach writing. So I don't get blocks. I only get ideas, and when they come to me, I execute. That's it.
Okay, okay. So, Moses, can you tell me a little bit about your book? Obviously, no spoilers, title, the genre, and anything.
Well, it's Kingdom of Solomon, Advocators of the Shalosh. I chose Shalosh because Shalosh, it means three, right? So it has some religious aspects, but it also has some political and some social commentary, and it also has romance and cosmic fantasy. So it starts off, forgive the background noise, kids. It has some, it starts off as more of like a apocalyptic, kind of like a the world is kind of ending kind of thing, to where it's apocalyptic and it's more political and more like a Walking Dead kind of thing. But then it becomes more cosmic as you learn more about the things happening in the, you know, out there in the cosmics, like the aliens, the Secrians I call them. That's when it really opens. I think it opens up around the chapters around the chapter with Daniel Porter, when you learn more about Sobek and how he brings this wisdom and this ancient knowledge to the brothers. It's about two brothers. So these brothers were born in Nigeria, but they were raised in New York City. So one of the brothers, he went to the army and he became a doctor, a surgeon. And the other brother, he was a convict and he ended up fixing computers in prison. And he did that for 15 years and he obtained his freedom to the CIA. And they put him in a program to where he can make robotics. So the brother created this robot using his DNA and other secrets to pretty much take over California. It's the government. Yeah. And so his
Okay.
brother is like kind of like baffled by the whole thing. The older brother, Nazir, and then Micah is the one that created the robot. And so they end up working together. And there's some things that happen that lead to that. I don't want to give it away. They end up taking California. But they learned that the government is not who we think it is. It's actually ran by a ancient other civilization called
Oh.
Sequians. Yeah, that's when it gets into the cosmic.
The lizard people theory.
Yeah, yeah. So it has a lot of sci-fi, robotic, fantasy elements. Very epic. Like I said, I love comic books. You think of Avengers, you think of like The Watchmen, or darker. The Watchmen was really dark by Zack Snyder, and this book it gets really dark later. It gets really dark, but it's not so dark to where it can't be enjoyable. You know, it still has a lighthearted um, conclusion, I think.
Okay, okay. Oh, do you have a story of how you ended up naming your book?
Um, I was struggling with the names a little bit because Solomon. Solomon was a boy in the story. His name was Reginald Solomon, and he was a young boy that was riding to school, and the police stopped him and said, you know, is that bike your bike? You know, how can you prove that's your bike? He said, well, I can't prove it because if I go home, my mom will whoop me. So I got to go to school. So the cop says, oh, well, you're going to prove it's your bike or, you know, we're going to take you in. So he doesn't listen. He keeps riding and the cop shoots him from behind, kills him. So Micah, the guy that does the technology, went to the family and studied the boy's brain and used the brain of the boy to create this android robot that we call Solomon. So he's the key to taking over this whole kingdom. And I struggled with
Okay.
the name. I was gonna go Simon at first, but then I was like, you know what? It's gonna be annoying if you're reading the book and it says Simon says throughout the whole book. I don't. So I was like, I gotta find a powerful name. And I went to the Bible again, and Solomon was the one that really stuck to me because
Yeah,
it was powerful.
the wise king. Yeah, I know this
Yeah, the
story.
wise king. So this Solomon was a boy that they took his brain and they put it in a robot, and they created like a sentient being that can like shut down drones and all kind of stuff. He pretty much helps them. Without him, they can't do anything. So the boy, he becomes he starts to remember things in his past, and it really becomes an intimate story. So he's Solomon. So Nazir and Micah are the protagonists, but the kingdom they named it after Solomon for a lot of reasons I can't give away. But I thought Solomon was a great name to pursue and to use because it just has that flair, you know, that strong title.
Yeah, it doesn't stick alone. I agree.
Yeah.
So, what is your largest goal or dream as an author right now?
Right now, I just want to just finish my 3 books. Once I have these 3 books done, then I can pitch it, you know, to producers, and we could do a movie or a show, you know, or something like that. You know, like take it beyond the book. You know, even like a comic book or a graphic novel. You know, because there's a lot of characters in this story that are worthy of their own story. You know, this is just about the advocators. They call them the AOTs. The AOTs are the advocates of the Shalosh, but this is about the AOTs. But there's so many characters in the story that can have their own little spin-off. So I would like to create my own universe through this.
Okay, okay. It does sound interesting, and I do agree that the concept does match with that, especially the comic book format. So tell me, have you showed your book to other people? Do you have any interaction with readers that you might want to share?
Yeah. I mean, people, you know, they left their reviews, and um, it's only been out a month now. So I mean, I'm giving people a bit time to read it, but the feedback I'm getting has been impeccable. It's been great. I've been humbled just to know that my story can like move people, and it can touch people and inspire people to want to just write. You know, um, I'm on LinkedIn, so I'm connected with a lot of writers on LinkedIn. I don't know if you know about LinkedIn. Man, like so many writers I've connected with in the past month, and they've read the book, and I'm just getting a lot of positive feedback, and they're inspired to write. You know, fantasy now, and a lot of them have ideas. Yeah,
Well, technically, your story is more sci-fi than that
yeah, more
than
sci-fi than
fantasy,
fantasy.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have like a support network with other authors that maybe gave you advice or something?
Yeah, like we have like a Discord. I'm part of a group, and like we talk about different things in the industry, and we share knowledge and stuff. And I learned a lot from people. Yeah. So Discord is there. Quite a few groups out there. Yeah, communities. Yeah, like social communities.
Oh, that sounds great. Okay, and in this month, how has you been handling the marketing?
Man, it's been a lot of leeches out there trying to get me to spend money on marketing. A lot of people contact me and they want this, that. I mean, I did some Facebook promotions, some Instagram promotions. I think I promoted paid one person, and it didn't show any results from that. I don't want to give her name, but I expected a bit more.
No,
Um,
yeah, I can imagine.
yeah, but I mean, it really it's I just been grinding on the Facebook thing, man, trying to get more followers, get people more interested. I've joined different groups like comic groups and you know different urban nerd groups and book club groups, stuff like that. You know, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And then they've all been like, wow, like, oh, I'm gonna check your book out, like so many likes, but people, I mean, to get people to read nowadays, you really have to have something special to get people to sit down and read nowadays, because everyone can
it's
just,
because publishing has become so easy that there's so many books out there, so
yeah,
many. That's why you need to have a perfect cover. You need to make sure the cover it reach the right audience,
yeah, yeah,
and you have to keep promoting yourself constantly so people all see your cover in the first place.
yeah,
It's an ongoing fight all the time. That's one of the good things about traditional publishing, because they make sure they do that for you, but
right,
as you are self-published, you have to do that yourself.
right,
Well, unless you pay a service to do that, but
right.
it's better.
And then that's not gonna go well all the time either, you know.
Yeah. Well,
It's gonna be
it
more. You're gonna
depends.
lose money, be more poor that way.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You have
But now,
first.
now, the audiobooks are the real hot things now. I just played with I tested the water and put mines up to the ACX
Oh,
audiobook.
especially romance.
Yeah,
Romance audiobooks are going great because it's mostly for 30 to 40 years women on the gym, stretching or doing stuff or running on those
yeah,
machines, and then hearing everything on their earphones.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
so yeah, it is popular.
yeah. Audiobooks are the way to go now.
Oh, but the secret is picking a good voice.
Right, right, right. Definitely.
So, what are your plans for the future? Are you planning to go to an event to promote yourself or something?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if I can, I've contacted some Barnes and Noble stores, and I really want to try to get like a book signing there once I get enough reviews. I think I have about 4 reviews now on Barnes and Noble. So if I can get more reviews, then there's a chance that they may pick up my book, in the show.
Okay, okay, that's
That's something,
good.
yeah, that's something that I can use to my advantage, opposed to like an author that's stuck on Amazon, right? Because if you're stuck on Amazon, you can't go to Barnes and Noble, right? Or you have to do a whole new ISBN, so you got to pay for a whole ISBN. That means it's going to be a whole new book that they see. So all your accolades from Amazon are going to be there, and then you have to start over if you choose to go that route. So that's why if you listen to my advice earlier, get your ISBNs through Boker.com before you publish, and use that same ISBN for Amazon and Barnes and Noble.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how it's going with the sequels right now? Did you start already?
Yes, I'm working on the second book now. I think I'm like 5 chapters in right now.
Okay, it's still early.
Still early, yes.
Okay, well, maybe for the end of the year.
Yeah, that's the goal. I mean, probably I want to say summertime of 2026. I might be ready to publish that second book.
Believe me, the first book is always the one that takes long. The second is always faster. I'm pretty sure you'll finish this in 6 months or less.
It feels like it's going a lot faster. Yeah.
Because once you understand the method, that you have the confidence of having done a book, everything
Right.
flows so naturally.
Right. Right.
Most writers write books, their second, third, or fourth books in like 3 months, or maybe less.
Yeah.
I interviewed this woman that did a book in 28 days.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's possible. Of course she's a stay-home mom, so she has the
Oh
time.
yeah. If you got the time, yeah, I would push. I would be pushing out books like hotcakes.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. Oh, on your city, did you try to go to a book fair or something?
Yeah, I thought about going like to Comic Con or something like that, or like they have like those little like different Comic Cons around the states. I'm in California, so I mean, the
Oh,
sky's the limit.
oh
There's
yeah,
always stuff going on in
California
California.
is full of things.
Yeah, so much stuff to do. So,
And you
I
can
mean,
go to San Diego.
San Diego is really popular. Yeah, yeah, and
I
it's
mean,
not far from
it's
where
the
I'm.
biggest one, to be honest.
Right, right. A lot of people go there. I have friends that go there every year.
But getting a stand is not easy. You have to go with time and on the website and fill the form and see if they approve your work.
Right, right.
So, okay. You mentioned you're on Barnes and Nobles right now, and but you're already publishing Amazon too, right?
Right, right. Both.
Do you have in other places?
I'm gonna do Ingram when I get some time, and I will say this because another advice I want to give you: do not do print copy because if you do a color print copy, it's gonna be more expensive, and you can never change it. So my book is like $29 now for the
The
print copy.
colors.
Yeah, because I wanted to have this, I wanted to have all because I wanted to have this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I see the
This right here.
symbol.
So this symbol here is the color of my brand, right? And I wanted to show my color, the face. And that cost that the print cost is high just for that.
Yeah, usually when you do like color illustration inside the book is
Yeah.
usually a lot more expensive,
It's more.
and
Yeah.
they do that for special editions.
Yeah. Yeah. So when I go Ingram, I'm gonna do black and white, so it's gonna be a lot cheaper. Maybe like $11 instead of $29. So,
Maybe consider this for a project for next week, this next year. Get an
right.
illustrator and make illustrations, not necessarily like comic books inside the book.
Right, right.
I mean like those character creation pages where you see the character to stand it up and you
Right.
see their descriptions, their how they look, so to help people imagine better
Yeah.
the characters as well.
My friend Moises, he wrote a book called Blackheart, and he has amazing illustrations on his book. It's a masterpiece.
Well, there you have it. You have someone
Yeah,
that can
yeah.
help you with that.
Great, great
But
mentor. Yeah,
as on a special edition, so I recommend you to do this next year. This is as an anniversary edition.
yeah. So yeah,
I think it will help you a lot. Well, it depends how do you see the tracking on this one.
right. But this one here, this is going to be expensive because I chose to do that to show the brand.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but if I go Ingram, I'm going to go black and white. This one, I chose the best paper. Everything was better. I chose high quality paper and the color so the brand can show because I wanted to show the color. I
I
mean,
understand.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you really gotta be a fan to want this book if you're gonna pay $29 for this book. Or you can get it on the get the ebook for $4.99, but it's not gonna be the same.
Yeah, honestly, I really don't like ebooks that much.
Yeah,
Getting so close to the PC every day to read actually get
yeah.
me so tired, and
Oh
actually
yeah,
and damage me my eyes. So yeah,
yeah, yeah,
I'm not really a fan of that.
yeah.
That's
It's
why,
tough.
yeah. The only problem with the normal books is that you can read in the dark.
Right, right.
But yeah,
True.
basically that's it. So, do you have any social media you want to share so people can be in tune with your updates, etc.?
Yeah, you can find me at MT Clark Jr. on Instagram and or Moses P. Clark Jr. on Facebook.
Okay. Moses, I think this is all for now. Thank you so much for coming today and for joining
Thank you
us.
so much.
Well, everyone, this was another episode Writing Inspiration with Markee Books. We say bye to Moses. Bye, Moses. Thank you for joining us and see you next week. Bye.
Peace and blessings. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, Moses was clearly interesting, and he left us with an important lesson about how our creative paths don't need to be straight. Moses started as a rapper, then shifted to screenwriting, and eventually became a novelist. Every stage of creativity prepared him to the next. His ability to accept change and adapt to it is something we all can learn from as we pursue our creative endeavors. Well, thanks for coming and joining us today. If you find this episode inspiring, like, subscribe, and share this video. And give Markee Books a try in the link below. Well, have a nice day and see you next week. Bye.